Hello, City of Broken Arrow. My name is Erin Hoffner, and I'm the Marketing and Communications Coordinator for the Tourism and Economic Development Department. And I'm here with Michaela Barton, who is our new Tourism Manager. Hello, how are you doing?
Hi, doing good. How are you?
Good. Kind of explain, because when I think of tourism, I think like going somewhere on vacation and doing that, going to an amusement park or whatever it may be. But there's a lot more to tourism than just vacations. What is that?
I've kind of, in my mind, divided into three things. So we have the hotel motel tax, and then we have sales tax. So that's important to us. That's why we support local events. Anybody that comes into Broken Arrow and spends money is good for all of us. And to me, that's a tour, that's something that in tourism we can support too, because especially if they're even from Tulsa, their income's from Tulsa, they live in Tulsa, but they come here to spend money and they leave town, we're still benefiting because we get the sales tax, but we're not increasing the population. And so we're sort of getting this net positive in sales tax to be able to fix the roads, fix the parks, and, have that quality of life added without the population add. So there's that. And then also just along the same lines, like anything that's adding a value to a place is something that we can support and be involved in. So to me, that's how I've sort of broken it up in my mind, is there's three different ways to look at what we do.
Yeah. And I guess your average person might not know, but we have a grant program within Visit Broken Arrow, which is the title of our tourism department, Visit Broken Arrow.
Yeah.
What does that grant program do?
We have set aside money in our budget every year for grants, and it's broken into two different categories. One of them is reimbursement based on room nights at an event. So it's an event sponsorship. An event such as a sports tournament or something like that comes and says, hey, we've got, we're expecting 21 teams and we've got 600 to 700 people coming in and 500 rooms that we're probably going to sell. So we like to help and support those events just as a way to sort of get them here and help, especially the first few years for those events, just to help support them and get them in. The second one is just a community event sponsorship, and we changed that a little bit just because we did see that there was a need for that. So we have several events that we love and we support, but they don't necessarily bring in people from out of town yet. And so we changed that a little bit to where we could support those events that are just maybe bringing people from Tulsa or anywhere around, or even just our own community members, but that we support and we think will bring people into the community, and them being down here just shows them what we have, and then eventually they'll come back and spend more money. So it's a benefit both ways. So we're really excited that we can support both of those.
Yeah, and I'm excited about the community event aspect to it, because some of these events, they're your very small, like art exhibit style events, and they just create this vitality in the Rose District with like things happening. There's stuff going on down here. It's not just, there's never not something going on in the Rose District or in Broken Arrow. So I think that sponsorship, the way we've changed it, has kind of helped foster that a little bit more of just opening it up a little bit more for people who need a little help with getting the events, because things are just getting expensive in the event world.
Well, and we love it when you and I are trying to market the area, and there's always something going on. So those types of things are what people love, the organic sort of unique events that like the Rose Festival, things like that. And so I think it's great to have.
What would you say the main source of tourism for Broken Arrow has been throughout the years?
I think historically it's been our sports tournaments. We've been known for a long time just because of our incredible facilities that we have, youth sports specifically, but we've also done adult softball and things like that too that have brought in a lot of people just because of our incredible facilities. So that's historically been what's been our bread and butter, as you say. I heard you say that before. But I think things are actually shifting a little bit. I think the culture of sports tournaments and youth sports, I've actually learned this recently, is more of the like destination tournaments. So some of that we used to have here has changed a little bit. And so now we're looking at benefiting a lot from things that have just happened naturally, like our medical tourism, which we're looking into getting, more involved in, and business travel. That's huge. Any conferences, things like that, business conferences that are, they're looking for places like this where they can be in one spot and have their conference in a beautiful location, but then also entertain the conference goers after it's over. And so we've been able to capture that quite a bit. So that's changing.
Yeah. And explain what medical tourism is. What does that mean?
So there's actually a big I think it's happening organically in Broken Arrow, but there's definitely, I don't think we've done a lot of outreach yet, or a lot of work with it, but we have medical facilities here that are unique to Broken Arrow. So you have people that are coming into town for a surgery or a procedure, and they have to stay for a week or more, and their family members are coming, and either, the family members are bored, they're stuck in a hotel, or they're stuck in a hospital waiting room for hours and hours and days. And so taking the opportunity to say, hey, did you know, here's all the things that you can do right here. Just, if you need to leave for a little bit, and make sure that they know where they're at and what there is to do. So there's definitely opportunities there where we can get in front of people.
There's a very big thing coming to Broken Arrow. What is that? Tell me more.
So I am so excited to have started at the perfect time right after we got the deal to get the Amphitheater. And so I am very excited about that. It's going to be a 12,500 seat amphitheater right by NSU. And if you've driven by there, you've already seen the work is being started. And it sounds like the work it's going to be a fast process. So super excited about that. There's going to be 40 to 60-ish shows a year. And I was trying to picture it in my mind, like, how big are we talking here? But I looked up, so BOK is 19,000 seats. And you had mentioned that usually for concerts, they only use about half of the BOK anyway. So when you're out there, like, trying to figure out how big it is, it's going to be about the same size as a BOK concert, which is really cool.
I'm super excited. I will say I have gotten to see this process. This has been like a 2-year venture because we're with the economic development department. And I've watched our economic development director work on this thing for a long time. And she's done an amazing job. And I'm so excited to see it cross the finish line. When do we know when we're going to cross the finish line?
We're anticipating, it's going to be really fast. So we're looking at the latter part of next year.
Oh, it's going to be so exciting.
Yeah. Yep.
And I know there's sort of not a groundbreaking because the ground's already been broken, but they're already talking about, some kind of party and that sort of thing for the official construction. Is that right?
Yeah. We've got, it's going to be in the next couple weeks probably, where we'll be having some sort of celebration of, the start of the construction. So we're looking forward to that as well.
That'll be exciting.
Yeah.
Awesome. What would you like to see happen for tourism in Broken Arrow in the next year, I guess?
Oh my gosh. One of the main things that we've been focused on is our new marketing campaign. So
it's been really exciting. So I am the marketing side of things. I got to play the role of the tourism manager there for a minute, but I am happily back in marketing. And it's been really exciting. We got an advertising agency to help us with a brand new brand, logo, advertising, the whole gambit, things that I've always wanted to do with this brand. And so we have this new logo, as you can see here, which I'm very excited about. And everything about our brand, I had a hard time when I first got into tourism in Broken Arrow. I was like, who are we? What are we? And this marketing and this rebranding has really helped, streamline that for me. We are family friendly. We are safe. We are all those things that make us a great community to live in. That also makes us a great community to visit. Yep. And so we have the tagline where families find fun. And it's almost a play on our neighbors next door, the big city. I love them. I want them to be successful. They're a different experience. I think for a long time we tried to compare ourselves to Tulsa. We're a different experience from Tulsa. I want people to come to Broken Arrow and have an amazing time, but I also want them to go to Tulsa. There's amazing things to do and see in Tulsa, but I want them to stay in Broken Arrow because we're that family friendly, safe, free parking type thing, And so that's always one of my
little things.
It's the little things like that, that make a difference for someone on where they want to stay. And it's just, preference. Do you like the urban or do you like the suburban? And so that's been a really exciting adventure over the past year for me with that rebrand. And then we also have a new marketing campaign starting up basically right now. His name is Bullseye, and he is a superhero. And he's Broken Arrow's first and possibly only superhero. And he's just, going to take people on adventures, places to eat, places to shop, and he's just going to bring some life and fresh air to our brand. And part of the thought process with Bullseye was every city in the world, uses like their beautiful landscapes and all the couple walking down the street. They use that as their advertising. Everybody does that. And so I was like, what can we do to be different? And our advertising company came up with Bullseye, and I love him. I love it too.
I'm so excited about it.
He's so silly,
Yes.
and it's fun. It really kind of hands in hands with that family thing, the silliness.
It's bright and it's curious. Like, people are going to be looking at it when they first see the ads, and what is this?
Yep.
What are we doing?
What are we doing?
It's just, I love it.
I'm just very excited for that venture and to see where it goes. And so, because it's just starting. The city manager says all the time, we're just getting started.
Just getting started. Yeah.
So that's where we're at in tourism. We really are just getting started with that and the amphitheater and all of that. If you were to take someone around Broken Arrow for a day and show them all the best spots, what is your day in Broken Arrow look like?
Oh, that's a good one. Well, I have a special place in my heart for the Rose District, of course. I live right here. I live a block away. And so I do it all the time. Like, if I have someone visit, I'm like, let's just walk down. We start down at the grain elevator, and I give the little history walking tour of the whole thing, and you can take a couple hours and you can eat and spend the day there. I also love going down to New Orleans Square. There's so many places to eat down there. And Ray Harrell, I will take pictures there all day long of anyone and everyone that comes with me, and dogs. I love that down there too. So there's just so many places.
Oh yeah. I feel like Ray Harrell is one of the most underrated things in our city, like especially during the fall when all the leaves change. So pretty. Another like marketing nerd out moment. We posted a picture of Ray Harrell this past year with all the leaves changed, and it is like our most like interacted with post. It was beautiful. Crazy.
Yeah. People are like, where is that? I mean, we've had people call asking where that particular picture has been taken. So
go on an adventure and find Ray Harrell. It's really cool over there. Like, it's also, I'm not an outdoorsy person, but it's like the perfect like size of hike / walk.
Easy walk. You can go as, you can do as easy or hard as you want.
Yeah. And so that I will say that as a non-outdoorsy person, it's a nice little hike. Yeah. Like, I didn't hate my life afterwards.
Yeah, I agree.
And so, awesome. So I had mentioned, not necessarily working with Tulsa, but we do work with Tulsa. Do we work, with the state regionally? Like, what does that look like as the city of Broken Arrow? Are we represented on a larger scale?
Yeah, we definitely put an emphasis. I definitely put an emphasis on making sure that we're involved regionally. Visit Tulsa is actually a regional organization, and so just making sure that we are taking advantage and using them as a partner. They are great partners. And then we have other regional groups that we make sure we're engaged in as much as possible, because we're all in it together, and if one of us succeeds, then we all do better. And so that's been a huge thing, is just making sure that we're engaged and involved. And then also at the state level, we have a lot of opportunities at the state now, and we're helping, supporting, I guess I would say, the state tourism department in advocating for, raising the tourism promotional fund and things like that. Because if you look at surrounding states and their promotional funds for tourism, they're double and triple what we have. And so really, if Oklahoma has the funds and the capability of marketing and spending money in marketing ourselves to other states, we have to have enough funding to be competitive with Texas and Arkansas and the people that are really doing it right, because it is huge to be able to tell our story and our own narrative, and just share Oklahoma in general, because we sort of have a stigma that is going to take a lot of marketing and education to get past that, to help people realize all the things we have here. We have beautiful state parks, and we just have a lot of opportunities that it's not just like what is that? The tumbleweeds and what people may think Oklahoma is, and cowboy. Like, we love those things; those are great. But there's more. It's more to we have beautiful opportunities. So just supporting the state and staying involved in the state. And then one other thing is just being a partner and being involved in the momentum that we have right now in film. The state has done an amazing job in their film promotion, and I know that you sort of have a passion for that. So do you want to talk about what we've been doing locally for that?
No, it's been exciting to be in Oklahoma right now as far as film is concerned, because Hollywood's noticing us. Oklahoma has so many different ecosystems. I hear a different number, but we have between like 12 to 14 different types of ecosystems here, you know, from your deserts to hills to plains to all the things. So we're really a perfect spot for films because they can do a lot while they're here. We're also, you know, cheap labor comparatively. We're not as regulated. I can just go down a whole list of why Oklahoma is primed to be one of those next, like, Georgia, Toronto's, you know, we could be that. And something, you know, that I've learned over the past year is film can touch so many industries while it's here. If you look at Killers of the Flower Moon, that film production basically saved that town in a lot of ways. It was COVID and, you know, things were shut down, but the film was still going on, and that film needed things like dry cleaning, catering services, hairstylists, like all these things that in other cities had been shut down. They needed those services. So it's amazing to see what film can do for a community, and that's why I'm kind of passionate about growing Broken Arrow to be like top of mind for film. And we've had a couple. We had one a few years ago before we even, you know, thought of the word film permit, you know. And it was called Minari. It was an Academy Award-winning film. It was very exciting. And it filmed in a little park in the middle of a neighborhood. Like, they need things from little parks and neighborhoods that we only knew about because the scouting director just so happened to like grow up in Broken Arrow, to old warehouses, to hospitals, to, you know, beautiful mansions. Like, Broken Arrow has plenty of things to offer, and it will just help us economically, you know, because they'll come here and they'll spend money. And then it also turns into a tourism thing. It's like, oh, that was filmed here. We should go
see where that was.
We should go see it, you know, with like recent films coming out. I kind of want to like go down to El Reno and see where they like filmed, you know? And so it's exciting to be in Oklahoma right now. And I want Broken Arrow to keep up, basically, because Tulsa also is very aggressive with that. They have an amazing film commissioner over in Tulsa. And I want Broken Arrow to be a partner in that, not, you know, lagging behind. Thank you so much for joining me and sharing everything. Do you have anything else to add?
No, as I said before, I'm just really excited to be here right now. It's a great time to be in Broken Arrow. And as the Lieutenant Governor said, tourism is the door to economic development. And I really believe that. I think we have a lot of opportunities, and I can't wait to keep going.
All right, awesome. Well, thank you so much. And thanks for everyone who joined us. And tune in next time to find out all that's happening in BA on BA Happenings.